Hi everyone, hope all is well. And My name is First Pan. I'm a web and mobile developer based in New York City. Today we are kicking off a React Native project. This is a matchmaking mobile app with a map integration, and we are actually continuing our journey of exploring how much code sharing we can achieve across React and React Native. Uh, this is today's agenda. Look at this uh, iPhone simulator. So agenda is video series 5.1, React Native Basic UI and Google Map. And it has three tasks. Number one, Basic UI with a Google Map. Number two, render a few markers. Number three, a UI for adding new message. And this all seems very similar. That's actually exactly the same as our previous video 4.1 agenda. The only difference is that one is uh, implemented on a mobile app, the other is a web app. So let's do this after this comparison. Um, for today, our journey is actually to answer the following two questions. Now that the agenda is the same, it's just the platform difference, we are going to answer the question of number one, how much code sharing we can achieve between these platforms and how much coding time we can save. So let's start with initiating our mobile app. So let's look at our mobile app here. This is the terminal under HappyDating underscore IN. So actually, I use React. So to initiate this project, I use React Native init, then the project name, HappyDating UN. Then I enter this, it will initiate this project. After it is initiated, I CD to this folder that's created by the initiation process. I CD HappyDating underscore IN. We need to implement npm implement as React Native maps, and we enter here. It will implement a React Native map after it is npm installed. We actually need to go to a web page that's you do a Google search using keyword React slash native slash maps space installation, and you will find this page and follow these steps. And it's kind of little tricky, and I'm planning to create a separate video that's video 6.1 that's just focusing on implementation installation of React Native maps. And so for today, let's say we already finished the installation and configuration. We are update. We are ready to do the actual coding work. So let's just go to our project folder, which is HappyDating underscore RN after React Native init HappyDating underscore, it will create this folder. So let's open it from our favorite text editor. For me, it's Sublime. And this is the folder structure. After implementing React Native Maps dependency and after finishing the steps of React Native Maps installation, we just start coding from here. because we know the shareability between React Native. We know a lot of things between these two projects can be shared. So basically it's the folder structure and the files. So we can actually copy paste the components folder. We just copy components from React project to React Native project. Because we don't have a SRC folder yet, we can create one here. Say new folder, SRC, and under SRC we paste components. And immediately for our React Native project, we have these components that are shared, but we need to change some of the things. So for example, first and foremost, this is the default code from apps here. We're going to replace it with our code, starting with home here. All these are gone. And in here, we need to comment out these components. Import first. We need to import a bunch of things from React Native. And first we need a view, then we need a text. And in here, we just say view, and we just say text, and I say I am home component. And we also probably need style sheet as well. Say const styles equals to style sheet create. We say heading, padding we set 20, and in view here style equals to styles heading. And let's see what it says on the simulator. Oh, we need to import it to index. So in the index here, we need to, instead of saying app, we're going to say we are import home from, so because of this structure, index should be src components components layout home, and in here we just comment out for now. This is home now, it's not app. Home from unable to resolve module src home src. So this is index src components. You see, this is now our code and it works. So next, so in the home component, we're supposed to target our first task today to implement the map components, which is from in the home here, we need to import our map navigation. So just let you know the differences between React and React Native. Actually, in React Native, we don't need these map components anymore. It's so we just can delete the file. And we just need a map navigation component. So in map navigation component, we don't need to work on the marker first and foremost, but we need to import view and style sheet, and we don't need this map. It's no longer needed from React Native and constructor. These are the same, and actually for map navigation we need to import from React Native maps. We need map view, and we also need because we're using Google Map, we need provider Google. And in our render, we don't render marker for first task. These need to change. So in here, instead of map, we say map view. And under map view, we have a region equals to slightly different latitude. We're going to have longitude. We're going to do latitude delta and longitude delta. And we need to have style equals to, okay, so because we have a lot of code sharing here, we probably need to bring in our React project as well. Just code share. Okay, so we just want to make it smaller. Okay. So for the part that we can share, of course, is the map center. We need to hard code anymore, we just copy paste. So I know in the container map navigation, I know this is the center of the map, actually in here. So I just borrow it. Copy latitude and longitude. Comma, comma. 0.035. And I also need a style, and I already imported style sheet. So in this style, I would say const styles equals to style sheet create map. So for the map, I have flex equals to 1. Height is 100%. I think I need to quote it, I believe. And I also need, sorry. So I need this style sheet, uh, absolute fill, absolute fill object. Okay, so style equals to style map. Okay, so this is the implementation of the map, and I also need to import this map navigation to home component. So in here for now, I know I just need map navigation, and for the map navigation to be implemented here, I still need to do a few things. So I should have nested view, and this should be here, indented. Instead of saying I am map component, I'm going to say the project name, Happy Dating. And under here, I will insert the map navigation, and the style in here, I would say it is a map container. And in here, I say map navigation. Map navigation. And I have a map container style saying height equals to 300. Okay, so I think this is the code. Let's see what it says. You see, here's the thing. The map is rendered, but this is a Google map. This is not Google map, sorry. This is Apple map. For the Google map to be implemented, we need to do one more thing in the map navigation. You remember we import provider Google. So in here we need to define provider equals to actually this provider Google. So this time we will bring in Google Map. Yay! So actually, if both React and React Native both using Google Map is easier for the actual matchmaking thing between mobile app users and web app users. So they are more consistent. So in here, we actually achieve our task 1 in here, basic UI with Google Map. Next, we're going to do the same thing as the web app to render multiple markers, which is our task 2. To do the task 2 again, we just share some of the codes. Let's see what happens here. So in the map navigation, we already have these state markers. We just need to change this from position to coordinate. And this one, coordinate as well. And this should be latitude. This should be longitude. latitude, longitude. Okay, so in here, actually for the marker to be rendered, we need map view here to wrap the markers in the middle. Okay, this equals, we also need to, yeah, markers, this date, markers equals to, so this will equal to, we actually need to import marker component first for it to work. So we already have markers defined. We're going to map. We're going to map it to marker and index, and so under here it will be marker, and key equals to marker key, coordinate equals to marker coordinate. Save. Okay, so after implementation of marker component, and we should be updated with markers. Boom, it works. So we can just say that we finished task 2. Now let's move on to task 3, which is task 3 is UI for adding a new message, the same as our mobile app using React. So what we are going to do is to the same thing, to borrow a lot of codes from React project. So first, the messages component, we need to change some of the things. For now, import from React Native. We're going to say view text, and in render here, we'll change div to view, and we say for now we're going to say text I am messages component, and we want to import it to home component now. So it should be under map navigation, so we just need to copy map navigation. Instead of map navigation, we say messages. So under here, we expect to see the text I am messages component if things work. You not found for name inputs. Okay, so basically it says messages. So in the containers, messages, home component, we import messages. So in the index, or we can do this. We can debug. Just inspect source. It says view fee config, then make sure to start component name the capital letter. Means so you know. Oh, I know. That's why. Didn't save it. So that works. I am messages component and it works. And then we need to update add message component and put what we need into messages component and eventually home component. So in here we don't need this. Probably don't need this as well. I just need to leave it for now, and I want to make sure this can be imported. So I'm going to have import view text from React Native. And for the render, I just say view text say I am at message component, and this will be imported to messages component. So instead of saying this, so I want to import add message here and also insert this component in here, and so that instead of I see I am message component, I expect to see I am add message component. Let's see. You see, it is achieved. So basically, meaning everything's ready for us to update the add message component. So we need to import a few things. We need to have that UI. We are going to use text input. We're going to have a touchable opacity, and then of course we need style sheet. So in here, constructor pretty much the same. Submit, we probably update. Yeah, we're gonna console log state, and for the view under here, we're going to have a few things. We're going to have under the view, we will have first, we're going to, we probably need to wrap word wrap here. We need text input. In here, we need to define placeholder equals to user, and on change text equals to user. This set state user, and we have a same. We're going to replicate one for message body. Placeholder is message body. On change text equals to message body message body, message body, and message body. And below that, we're going to have touchable opacity, which is here. And this on press equals to this submit message bind this, and between this we will have actually text submit. Okay, so I don't have any style sheet here, but I just want to make sure it works. Okay, so very primitive, very easy UI, but I can try things. Let's say mist react. Message, so this is wrong. This is wrong. Oh, this is wrong as well. Mist react. I want to date some who knows React Native. So if we submit here, we're supposed to see the console log if it works. You see, it works. Submit message, user, Mr. React, message body. I want to date someone who knows React Native. So it works. But the UI, it's very ugly here. We probably need to implement the style sheet here. So the style sheet, I want to say, so in here, I want to have style equals to, in here I want to be styles, I don't know, text input, and this will be the same, and the text here, style, I want it to be styles button text, and in here I want style to be styles button. Okay, so in here we can implement style sheet const styles equals to style sheet create text input and comma button comma and button text. Okay, so under text input, we can say padding equals to 10, padding horizontal equals to 20. And we can say font size equals to 16. Color, let's choose a color that's pound 4444, and border bottom width equals to 1, border color equals to pound DDDD, and background color equals to F 5 F 5 F4. Let's see if this works. Padding 10, padding horizontal, font size, color, border color, background color. Oh, we need to redo the bundler. Close here, terminate, T. Didn't save it. That's the problem. React native start. Padding 10, padding horizontal, font size, color, border width, border color, background color. Yeah, it works. The UI is much better. And now we can do some styling for the button. So we want border width equals to 1. Border color equals to pound 0066 C, and border radius was 14, padding horizontal goes to 3, and background color goes to pound FFF. Let's see what happens. Submit. That sounds okay. Styles button. Style goes to styles button. So it's actually like this. So this looks better. So border width, padding. Okay. And we also have button text. So we need to align the text in the middle. So we need a text line. I want to say it center. Padding is 5. Color, I want it to be black. Let's see if this is better. Okay, so this looks pretty decent. Let's debug on the remote. So there's no real error here. Let's say if we can say miss React native. I want to date a missed React. So if I submit, I'm supposed to see in here console log the message. So Miss React Native is I want to date a Mr. React in my neighborhood. Okay, so let's go back to this a summary to see our agenda. We have achieved all these 3 tasks under Video Service 5.1, React Native Basic, UI, and Google Map. As I have said, because the agendas between React and React Native are exactly the same, the difference is just a different platform, a mobile and a web. So we have achieved quite a percentage, I would say the majority of the code, and save a lot of time. So that answers the question that we were asking at the beginning. So we are happy about the results, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye.